What's up, guys? It's Mr. Fit to Flourish, and today I wanted to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart in terms of like trying to help other people become good traders. Notice I didn't say negative, positive, profitable, making a million bajillion dollars or anything like that. I said good traders. So in order to be successful at anything or to get paid for being good at something, you have to be good at that thing, and you have to identify as someone who is good at that thing, right? And I talk about this in a lot of my videos. I'm going to break it down here just because someone had told me like my videos before were a little bit confusing because of the concepts being esoteric, which you have to read a lot of books in order to kind of grasp those concepts. So I'm going to make it try to make this one a little bit more simple, but it's again about the be, do, have principle. So because of who you are being, that's going to determine what you're doing, and what you're doing is going to determine what you have. So who you're being is going to determine what you do, which determines what you have. So for instance, if you're someone who is being unhealthy, then you're going to do unhealthy habits, which means you're going to eat fast food. You're not going to go to the gym, so that's something you're doing. You're going to sit on a couch and you're just going to eat. You're not working out, and then therefore, essentially, you're going to have a bigger body, okay, a larger fat percentage. So essentially, you're always going to be someone. You're always going to identify as someone, and therefore, when you identify as that person, you're going to have, or you're going to do the things that that person would do and have the things that that person would have. So if I'm identifying as a really good trader, then I'm going to do what really good traders do. I'm going to wait for good setups. I'm going to have good risk to reward management. And therefore, I'm going to have massive trades, and I'm going to have cool things like maybe a really cool car. Like, I don't know what car this is. Whose car is this? I don't know. But I'm going to have a really cool car like this, right? Or I'm going to have good trades, or I'm going to have people asking me, how did I do it, right? And I'm going to continually show up to the charts every day. I'm going to study every night. I'm going to read books. I'm doing the things. Therefore, I'm going to have the things that a good trader would have, okay? So that's the whole be, do, have principle when it comes to trading. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about, and all of this is really just mindset, okay? Trading is 10% strategy, 90% mindset. And I keep trying to argue with this and saying like, oh no, that's not true. It's like you need a strategy, but the truth is, and the more I'm doing these interviews with a lot of the great traders in my group. I'm doing these interviews, and you've probably seen some of them by now, but I'm doing these interviews, and the interviews are revealing their mindset. And I'm like, dang, their mindset is so different from this person who's like struggling, or this person who's struggling, or me when I was struggling, right? So their mindset is extremely different. And what is that mindset? What does it take? Well, it takes two things that I noticed in both traders. Like if you watch their interviews, it's literally identical. And if I interviewed someone who's not doing well, you would see the dichotomy, like the difference, the massive difference in their mindset. But essentially, the two really good traders are showing signs of resilience in their thought process. And the way they do that is, one, they're convicted that they're going to win, and they're competitive, but they're convicted they're going to win. They don't care if it's today, if it's tomorrow, if it's in 10 years, 30 years, the day before they die. They are convicted. Like, I know I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. I am a winner. I know I'm going to win. That's their mindset. And then if you look at someone who's losing, like, dude, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I can't get it, dude. Like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. No, that's not the mindset of a winner. A mindset of a winner is like, dang, this trade right here I just took, it sucked. But it's just a stepping stone, because I'm gonna win. I don't care if it's tomorrow or if it's the next day. I'm gonna win. You're competitors, right? You're competitors, but at the same time, you're convicted. You believe that you are a winner. Okay, that's the difference. That's the big difference in mindset. And then the other difference is perspective. And I talked about this with one of the traders who I just interviewed. And I was like, dude, like, you guys are really successful, but not at the same time, like, you guys are really cool people. You're really good, cool people. And I'm just like analyzing this, because I'm all about psychology, analyzing characteristics, analyzing patterns, analyzing who people think they are, what they're doing, what they're having because of what they're doing. So the be, do, have, right? I'm analyzing this. And I remember we just had a conversation, and I was like, man, like this trade could have went to 1 million. He's like, yeah, it really could have. While another a couple other traders were like, man, I missed this. Oh my gosh, I always miss trades. I suck. Oh man. But we were thinking of it as, oh dude, this trade could have this could have paid for the rest of our lives. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane, right? Yeah, we're so close. Yeah, we're so close. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. So not only were we positive about the experience that we just had, which changes the perspective. It's like we had a positive experience while someone else experienced the same thing and they're thinking of it negatively. So you don't want to be thinking of these experiences negatively. You want to be thinking of them positively, okay? Whatever you endure, understand that it's just helping you build yourself into that avatar, that person, that highest version of yourself that you're essentially going to be. Okay, that you're essentially going to be. So you can't look at these situations as negative. You have to look at them as stepping stones to get to where you want to go. Okay, to get to where you want to go. So think about that. Think about that as the trader that you're being right now. Are you being a trader who is looking at every event, whether it's a win or a loss, looking at it as a positive stepping stone to become who you want to be? Okay, or are you looking at it as like, dang, this is taking too long? Like, what's your perspective on events? You might want to change your perspective around certain events in order to help you advance to the next level in life, or the next level in your trading journey. Okay. The last thing I wanted to talk about is not only your mindset, but is risk management when it comes to trading. Risk management is, again, it really is about mindset, and it's understanding that you don't have to risk a large amount of money to make a large amount of money. When you trade options, they're leveraged. You have to understand that. So when it comes to that, in that sense, you have to understand that if you do take a loss, you had to have stuck to a system that you have, okay? So before you get into the trade, you have a system, you know where you're going to exit. And if that exit is too far below where it's like, okay, I'm going to lose 50% if I hit my stop loss, and I'm not willing to lose that much, then don't take the trade. You have to be willing to accept the risk or do not take the trade, okay? And if the stop loss, if you hit it and you're only down 10%, you're like, oh yeah, that's nothing. I'll exit right there. And you hit that loss, that stop loss, get out of there. You have to stick to your guns. But if it breaks a key level in the same sense, if it breaks a key level and you said, okay, it breaks this key level, I'm getting in. When it breaks that key level, you need to get in, okay? So trading is not about the money. It's about becoming the person who you said you're going to become, who essentially is a good trader. And being a good trader is going to pay you because you're being a good trader. You're doing the things, you're following your script, you're having the good mindset, your perspective is great, you're doing the things that a good trader would do, and therefore you're going to have the things that a good trader would have, okay? So essentially, you are a baller. You are doing the great things, and you're going to have all the great things. As they say in ancient scriptures, pray as if ye has received it, and everything will be added unto you. So when you're begging for these things, you're like, I want this thing, or you have these desires, you have to believe that it's already done. You have to believe that you're going to get it. If it's not here right now, you're going to get it. So it's already done. So start acting like that thing now.